What would you risk to protect the future of our planet? For Chico Mendes, the answer was everything. A rubber tapper from the Amazon rainforest, Chico wasn't rich, powerful, or famous. But he stood up to ranchers, loggers, and politicians destroying the Amazon. His courage made him a hero around the world, and it cost him his life. Chico Mendes was born in 1944 in Zipuri, a small town in the Brazilian Amazon. His family, like many others, survived by tapping rubber trees, a sustainable way of living that depended on keeping the forest alive. But as Chico grew, he witnessed something devastating. The forest that sustained generations of his people was being destroyed. Ranchers burned down huge areas to raise cattle, loggers cut down trees for profit, and the government turned a blind eye. For Chico, this wasn't just about trees. It was about people. Destroying the forest meant destroying livelihoods, homes, and cultures. In the 1970s, Chico organized his fellow rubber tappers to resist deforestation. They used a tactic called empates, peaceful human blockades where men, women, and children would stand in front of chainsaws and bulldozers to stop the destruction. This was dangerous. Ranchers were powerful, wealthy, and backed by guns. But Chico believed in nonviolence and in the strength of community. Slowly, he became not just a leader, but a voice for the entire Amazon. By the 1980s, Chico's movement caught the world's attention. He wasn't just fighting for his village. He was fighting for the planet. The Amazon, known as the lungs of the earth, produces a significant share of the world's oxygen and regulates the global climate. Chico Mendes traveled internationally, met with environmentalists, and even won the United Nations Global 500 Award in 1987. He showed the world that saving the rainforest wasn't just an environmental issue. It was a human rights issue. But fame came with danger. Chico's efforts angered powerful ranchers who saw him as a threat to their business. They accused him of blocking progress. The threats grew more frequent, more violent. Friends warned Chico that his life was in danger. Still, he refused to back down. He often said, "At first, I thought I was fighting to save rubber trees. Then I thought I was fighting to save the Amazon rainforest. Now I realize I am fighting for humanity." On December 22, 1988, Chico Mendes was at home with his family in Zipuri. Just days before, he had warned friends, "They think I'm finished. But if they kill me, I will survive in the hearts of others." That night, Chico was shot dead outside his home by ranchers hired to silence him. He was only 44 years old. His death sent shockwaves across Brazil and the world. A man with no wealth or political power had been murdered simply for defending the earth. Chico's assassination didn't silence his cause. Instead, it ignited it. Protests erupted across Brazil. International media reported the story widely. The killers were eventually tried and convicted, a rare outcome in a country where environmental defenders are often killed with impunity. Most importantly, Chico's vision lived on. His movement inspired the creation of extractive reserves, protected areas of the Amazon where local communities can live sustainably while preserving the forest. Today, Chico Mendes is remembered as one of the greatest environmental martyrs of the 20th century. His name is invoked by climate activists, indigenous leaders, and conservationists worldwide. Streets, schools, and even nature reserves in Brazil bear his name. But his legacy is bittersweet. Decades after his death, the Amazon continues to face threats from deforestation, mining, and industrial farming. Environmental defenders in Brazil are still harassed, attacked, and killed for standing up, just like Chico. Chico Mendes' story forces us to confront a question. If one man with so little could risk everything to save the rainforest, what are we willing to do? He gave his life for the future of the planet. And his message is clear. The fight to save the Amazon is not over. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And remember, some stories deserve to be told, even when they break your heart. Finally, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. See you in the next video.